the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Century Ply, TVS Euro Grip and Blue Dot.
Good evening and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the same lobby that maintained a pin-drop silence when the Commonwealth Games scam was exposed in the summer of 2010. The same lobby which then said questioning the politicians whose role in the scam was exposed is against national interest. That same lobby that betrayed every sports person in this country by justifying the loot in their name, not just during the Commonwealth Games scam, but for decades in this country. That same lobby, that same useless lobby is now asking, why is the government going all out for sports and sports persons? What is their problem? That same lobby which ensured India led the world when it came to making tens of thousands of crores in loot in the name of running sport. That same corrupt lobby is now questioning why the Prime Minister is personally calling medal winners. What's your problem? And why not just medal winners, but every participant in these Olympics is being treated like a national hero? Even now, when the country weeps in joy when it sees visuals of Neeraj Chopra putting his gold medal around his parents' neck, that lobby, instead of celebrating with all of us, is worried about the political impact of our performance in the Olympics. Can you believe it? Even now, and even at this moment, they will just see politics. And I say don't ignore them, because it will be dangerous for us to ignore them. Because unless we hit the reset button on Indian sport now, collectively, all of us, unless we replace pettiness in even these few, to collective pride, we will be one short, and we will remain one short of truly being the world's next superpower. Ladies and gentlemen, that's debate number 1 tonight. All celebrating tonight. But the CWG gang, the Kalmadi gang, the Lutyens gang, they're refusing to press the reset on Indian sport. Debate number 2 tonight. Now there's been a tiffin bomb found ahead of Independence Day, and the DGP of Punjab put out the news today. That's big news, and we are talking about the crackdown needed. Debate number 3 tonight. The BJP blames the TMC blames the BJP. Who is responsible for the Tripura clashes? That's debate number 3, and here are the headlines top of the week this Monday evening on the debate tonight. After a historic feat at the Olympics, all the Olympic superstars were felicitated in Delhi today. It is a new era for Indian sport. The Prime Minister chairs the UN Security Council. Open debate on maritime security raises piracy, terrorism and trade barriers. China tries to block India at the UNSC, attempts to obstruct the unanimous presidential statement of the UNSC on maritime security and fails. Whereabouts of Parambir Singh not known. It's believed now he is on the run. Lookout circulars have been opened against Parambir Singh today. Punjab police bust the terror park plot, recover tiffin bombs, arms cache and IEDs ahead of Republic Day. And Mamata Banerjee accuses top BJP leaders of orchestrating recent attack on TMC members in Tripura. BJP said they violated COVID protocol. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a new era for Indian sport. Today, after a record-breaking haul at Tokyo, our Olympic stars were felicitated. Never before have we seen such celebrations. Never before have we seen such massive respect and much-deserved commemoration for non-cricketing sportspersons in our country. And even as we honor our Olympic heroes, some petty politicians, even today, just could not stop themselves from poking their nose and politicizing it all. Now, from using morphed images to deride Prime Minister Modi, to questioning celebrations over winning bronze medals, these netas should all be shamed publicly. Frankly, it is time we bring in professionals to streamline sport. Let professionals be the administrators. Question is, are we ready to hit the reset button on Indian sport? Ku your take? Here are all the developments, and then we debate.
After a record haul by India at the Olympics, all of India stood and took note. All of India celebrated, from the public in Delhi to our jawans at the LAC. We are seeing a churn in India's sporting history with its breakthrough at the Olympics, where it competed with 214 countries.
हमारे जहां एक और पुरुष खिलाड़ियों ने, हॉकी टीम ने, वहीं पर महिला खिलाड़ियों ने भी ना केवल पहली बार क्वालिफाई किया, बल्कि सेमीफाइनल में पहुंचकर भी शानदार जो आप खेले। मैं कहना चाहूँगा, पूरे भारत को अपनी बेटियों पर गर्व है। अदिति अशोक ने जो गोल्फ में पहली बार, वो भी चौथे स्पॉट पर जाकर खत्म करना, बहुत क्लोज मैच किया, ये भी पहली बार हुआ। भवानी देवी ने जो फेंसिंग में किया, ये पहली बार हुआ है क्वालिफाई कर। यही नहीं, नेत्रा ने पहली बार किसी ने किया है हमारे टेलर के रूप में।
The government felicitated all our Olympic superstars in Delhi.
प्रधानमंत्री जी से लेकर के हर एक बच्चे, गांव, शहर, हर एक कोने पूरे भारतवर्ष में चीयर फॉर इंडिया कर रहे थे। खेल मंत्री जी तो पूरा चीयर फॉर इंडिया लीड करके कहां उसने मैसेज को नहीं फैलाया। पूरा देश, ऐसा माहौल मैंने जिंदगी में देखा नहीं है जो इस बार टोक्यो ओलंपिक्स में चीयर फॉर इंडिया के इस नारे के साथ पूरा भारत देश हमारे खिलाड़ियों के साथ खड़ा था।
The sports stars have admitted they have never seen so much support.
ये प्रॉब्लम सभी जितने भी खिलाड़ी यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, लगभग सभी मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से हैं और सभी को ये प्रॉब्लम आती है। लेकिन मैं बोलता हूँ कि उनकी फैमिली का सबसे बड़ा हाथ होता है कि वो पैसे से चाहे उनको सपोर्ट नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन वो जब ये बोलते हैं ना कि तुम बस खेलो, कोई बात नहीं, रिजल्ट देखा जाएगा, तो वो बहुत ज़रूरी होता है।
बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत खुश हूँ। बहुत ये सब फर्स्ट टाइम देख रहे, हमने बहुत इंटरनेशनल गेम सब खेल चुका हूँ, बट ये देख के बहुत एक्साइटेड हम तो बस।
But some politicians just could not rise above making two-bit comments. From mocking the bronze and silver medals to ridiculing the Prime Minister who supported the athletes with fake images. A united celebration of our achievements irks them, but India will press the reset, rehaul and revive Indian sport. The era of a cricket hangover is coming to an end, and those who cannot grasp the change in winds and cheer our Olympic superstars must be called out. Let's debate.
And ladies and gentlemen, today we are seeing sporting history being created in the nation And I must say what we saw today were celebrations that were alien to sports other than cricket. Till recently it would only be in cricket. But I see a tide turning now, and why shouldn't we hit the reset button? In fact, I think the inertia has been broken. And we really need to use this opportunity. We need to use this opportunity to really push the momentum in non-cricket sports as well. Because this opportunity has come after a long time. Nalin Kohli of the BJP, Shihan Hussaini is Joint Secretary of the Archery Association of India, Deepa Malik, President of the Paralympic Committee of India, Arjuna Awardee, Murad Ali Khan, Gold Medalist and Arjuna Awardee, Mir Ranjan Negi, former India goalkeeper of our field hockey team, Harpal Singh Bedi, Senior Sports Journalist, Chandrasekhar Luthra, Senior Sports Journalist, Kamru Chaudhary of the Congress, and my friend Gulu Ezekiel. I see him after a long time on my program tonight. What a pleasure to see you, Gulu. People like Gulu have also served Indian sport and, over the years. It's great to see you, Gulu. So I want to start by asking you, first of all, are we ready, Gulu, to hit the reset button? This whole celebration that's happening, what should we use this for? What change should we use it to bring? What message should politicians get? Gulu.
Well, Arnab, I've been saying all along that this is only the start. This is the start of a journey which will go on till 2024 and beyond. And each Olympics, we need to increase our haul, not by 1 medal or 2 medals, but, multiple medals. We should always aim for the top. I mean, I hear and read reports that so-and-so got a tough draw. They had to face the world number 1, world number 2. When you're at the Olympics, there's no such thing as a tough draw and easy draw. To be the best, you have to beat the best. And this has been our best haul of all time, no doubt. But let's remember in 2012 at London, we got 6. This time we've got 7. There were predictions before that we'd have double digits. So, you can look at the glass as half full or half empty. If it's half full, then we've done better than ever before. If it's half empty, then we really should have gone above double digits.
You're a hard taskmaster. Let me put the same question to you, Murad. There's something which has happened this time. When Aditya Ashok goes from rank 200 to a very, very close 4th at the Olympics, and the Indian women's hockey team makes history by reaching their first ever semi-final of the Olympic Games, we're seeing some domino effect. So the obvious question will be, and it goes back 11 years, Murad, when we were, when I was running a channel, we broke the Commonwealth Games scam. And we said, see, this is what politicians do to sport. 11 years later, this is magical. But what do we use it for? What do we use this momentum for?
See, Arnab, there are a couple of things which I want to say. But before that, I just want to add one small thing. That I have seen felicitations and I have seen felicitations. But this time, the kind of respect that the sportspersons are getting, I have not seen it before. The kind of respect right from PM downwards from everybody, I have never seen that before. So I must say this is a very encouraging sign. And the kind of effect it has on the sportspersons and the people who are looking up to sportspersons is fantastic. Let me put it that way. The other thing is that what you have mentioned is reset. We have to reboot. Yes, I have written a letter to one of the senior presidents in the sports administration, which I tweeted also. It is an open letter where I had said that we need to reboot and remove all the unsaved data. Now, I have done unsaved data. I'm sure you'll understand what I meant by that unsaved data. We need to remove that unsaved data and we have to put in proper administration because the money needs to be channeled in the right direction. The shortage of money is not there. Even if X amount of money is available, we have to ensure that it is spent in the right way, for the right training, for the right mental training, for the right technical training, for the right diets, for everything which is required for a champion to be made. We cannot waste the money on frivolous activities of some administrator who thinks that his travel is important, then the athletes going for X, for something which is very important for the athlete to become a champion and become the top level competitor for any competition. Now that kind of thing, until this happens and we reboot the system, this is going to again after 15, 20 days or 1 month, again, it will go back to square one. and we'll again be debating what we were debating 11 years back.
I tell you, Morad, what we've seen this time is incredible. And viewers, I'm going to open up the phone lines after some time. The way in which the government, Deepa, has gone all out is incredible. It's heartwarming. It's heartwarming. And it's never happened before. Never happened before. I don't remember the last time any Indian Prime Minister has been calling, encouraging sports persons personally. I don't remember the last time. Does anyone else? Deepa, I don't remember when it happened, so I don't understand the cynicism. I don't understand why, you know, Yashwant Sinha starts morphing pictures of banners for Mirabai Chanu attributing her success to the Prime Minister. I don't know why it happens. But let me ask you, Deepa, have you ever seen this level of felicitation, and what impact does it have for sports persons?
What does a sports person expect when the person, an athlete, has devoted all their time, their life? It takes years and years of hard work, years and years of consistent training, you know, a kind of a lockdown to their lives. They have to follow a certain diet. They have to be punctual on their training. They dedicate the entire self to the nation for their preparation, because they are going to appear in a competition representing their tricolor, their country. And when the country's Prime Minister congratulates them, what better appreciation can a sports person get? So I don't see there's anything wrong in that. In fact, it is a lifetime moment for any athlete to receive a pat on their shoulder from an honorable Prime Minister or a very senior person from the nation. And that's something which probably equals a medal, and it validates their journey. I mean, that's huge. And you see how para sports has also taken a total turn after 2016, when a full-fledged focus was given, when Paralympic medals were celebrated, honor was given. They were spoken about in Man Ki Baat. The policies became inclusive. The training funding program became at par with able-bodied. And look at us now gearing up and going for the Tokyo Paralympics. From a squad of 19, we've had a jump to squad of 54. From 5 disciplines, now we are going in 9 disciplines. From just one world record, we are already created 3 world records in 3 different disciplines. In fact, 5 if I include shooting and badminton. And then we are going to take part in Tokyo 2020. There is a remarkable change when the governance shows their focus towards sports. Definitely, it is going to reflect in the policies, and the policies are further going to help make a more accountable sporting program. And like you said, jumpstart and reboot again. Yes, that is something I second. When we have settled down with our celebrations, we should immediately shift to the gear of preparations for 2024. It can't be that.
I'd like to. No, in this context, therefore, Kamru Chaudhary of the Congress, you need to tell us all, and tell Nalin Kohli to start with. You have a member of parliament called Shashi Tharoor in your party. He says, he talks about the occasional bronze medal at the Olympics. Nalin, look at the choice of words of Shashi Tharoor. As we in India celebrate the occasional bronze medal at the Olympics, I don't know what steel medal or iron medal in any sport Shashi Tharoor ever won in his life. But he very casually talks about the occasional bronze medal at the Olympics. Kamru, tell Nalin, what is the occasional bronze medal of the Olympics mean? Why demean all that it takes to get a medal? What do you Congress people get by using language like that? Tell me.
Arnab, you are taking the story that suits your narrative just to criticize the Congress party and its leaders. Who among the 1.3 billion people of India is not proud of the Olympic medal winners
I'm
of this
asking
time
you what
Tokyo, contingent?
I'm asking you what an occasional bronze medal of the Olympics means.
What, as a
I want to ask
parliamentarian,
you what the
Shashi ji has
occasional
said.
bronze medal at the Olympics means.
I am coming to that.
I want to know whether Lovelina Borgohain won an occasional bronze medal.
Sir,
I want to know, Nalin, we want to know why, according to Shashi Tharoor, Lovelina Borgohain won an occasional bronze medal at the Olympics. What is an occasional?
wait.
What is occasional or accidental or inopportune
That's your narrative.
about a bronze medal at the Olympics? Why don't these people learn to ever keep quiet? No, I'm asking you.
Are we
Nalin,
satisfied with the seven medals that we won out of a 1.3 billion population? No, we need to reset our sporting as a nation. We need to rebuild our strategy towards achieving a sporting goal. Just not when you mention Borgohain, it doesn't mean that Sharma's photo on the
how many gold medals in corruption did the Congress party get when the 70,000 crore Commonwealth scam was exposed? Nalin, you are free to come into the debate. That's the moot point. How many gold medals in corruption did you get when the CWG scam was exposed? Nalin, why don't you come into the debate? Why don't you come in?
Sir.
No, you people also, Kabru, need to be quiet sometimes. Nalin, now Kabru, take a break. Nalin is on. Nalin is on the debate. Nalin is on the debate. Please, Nalin. Yes.
I don't want to get into such type of low-level politics.
Mr. Kamru, then let me, 1 minute, before we get partisan and we fight it out. Yes, I'm happy, so why don't we, you allow me to speak a little bit, no? That will be good level politics to start with. So I think first thing, Arnab, let's recognize that in India, sporting talent takes a lot of effort for them to make it at the national and international level. Look at the stories we are seeing. And it's all over Twitter, and this is not being posted by the government. Take the story of Chanu Mirabai. She had to travel in trucks to train. Take the story of Lovelina. Take the story of Neeraj. Each story that you pick is a story of grit. So how do you make it better for sportsperson is the starting point. So while the Congress is entitled to want to hate Narendra Modi ji, hate the BJP, hate the people of India for also electing him and his government twice, let's not underestimate also the value of what is being trying to be done to make it systematized. Khelo India started as a school program in 2018, became a youth program in which 7,000 people, students, young students under 17, that's in school, and under 21 when you go to college, finally get a scholarship of 5 lakhs for 8 years. It's to nurture talent and catch them young. You see the amount of coaches who are coming in, the federations are stepping in. So it's an ecosystem of sports so that India makes that quantum jump. We are a country that hungers for a single medal. Our highest tally was 6. We've crossed it and done 7. We've got a gold after over a decade. While we should be celebrating, can the Congress party for once, when the nation is one on this achievement, can it do its politics a few days later? They can continue hating the BJP, abusing us, but can we at least be unified and united in celebrating what has happened so far and at least encourage what needs to be done ahead? You can ask as many simple or complex questions.
And what steps are you taking for the Sports Authority of India to be a world-class sporting institution in the country?
I think
from the BJP
I'll tell you, and I'll read some of the bizarre comments.
Mr. Chaudhary, you have the former finance minister from the Congress, Mr. Chidambaram, taking a pot shot. Tell me about that. As a finance minister, he doesn't understand finances. Do you pick up one thing from one head after the budget is passed and say transfer it to another head? He talks about the bullet train. Is that not coming as a loan on a low interest for a specific project as a grant kind of a scenario? Link it to sports. Please do your petty politics. You are entitled to it as a political party. But don't do it on the shoulders of Indian sportspersons who have achieved
But refrain
and that
now.
too within
Sir,
48
only-
hours.
No, no, but I'd say, and Harpal Singh Bedi and Chandrasekhar Luthra. No, just to expand the debate, I'd like to get in Harpal Singh, Harpal Bedi.
Of the Prime Minister.
Harpal Bedi is also on. 1 second, and Chandrasekhar Luthra is on. Kamru Chaudhary, 1 minute. Sometimes politicians should take a back seat because I've got greats like Murad Ali Khan, Mir Ranjan Negi with us who will debate this with Harpal Bedi and Chandrasekhar Luthra. And please feel free to come in. Let me tell you some comments. Now, I don't know who's the buffoon here, but a person called Markandeya Katju, who's been Supreme Court judge, says, and I quote, and I'm not saying this to provoke, but I do think, Justice Katju, that there should be occasions when you should keep your opinion to yourself. Because you will end up exposing yourself if you comment on everything. And it is, I mean, you may say this is your freedom of expression, sure. You're also free to expose your ignorance before the world, Justice Katju. He writes, and I think not just writing something like this, but publishing something like this is also a crime. He writes, the buffoonery going on in India, see the words, Mir Ranjan Negi, the buffoonery going on in India over our glorious achievement in the Tokyo Olympics. Mir Ranjan Negi, this is Justice Markandeya Katju. And he says, does India need to measure its national self-worth, Murad, in Olympic medals? Then what else should we measure it with, Justice Katju, the number of ridiculous headlines and articles written by you? It's madness, Murad. You know, somebody called Rohini Singh who has a blue tick apparently. Yeah, go on, please, go on. Yeah, Murad. We need to take these people head on, Murad. Head on now.
Just one thing.
Yes.
Arnab, just one thing I want to say. There are only 2 occasions where you can, by right, host your national flag in a foreign country. One is when you win a war and go and capture that land and host your national flag. And second is when you win a medal in a foreign country, your national flag is hosted and your national anthem is played. So we have to be proud of the fact that our sportspersons are responsible for a national anthem being played in different countries on different occasions because of their achievement, because of their hard work, rather than making all kinds of statements,
well said,
demeaning them.
Arnab, I have to say something. You know, we feel very fortunate.
Please, Mr. Negi, please go on.
Yeah, we feel very fortunate to witness history being made in Tokyo and today. It has never happened that 127 strong contingent of athletes went and they came out with the biggest haul of medals, in spite of the fact that there was COVID, there was this problem, that problem. And this was for the first time that there were 15 contenders who were for medal contenders. And after such a fantastic performance, this is not the time. This is not the time when politics should be, come into the sports. This is the time when these sportsmen, they should enjoy the glory. This is the time everybody should join in these celebrations.
Exactly. You know, I think, Mr. Negi, you know, the other day when you came on my program, I said to you that when I was with you and Murad, and today I'm with Deepa Malik, who I had the pleasure of first meeting at the Amazing Indian Awards many years back. You know, when I speak to all these greats, Gulu, I feel so fortunate. And I think that today, whatever our achievement is not just about investment by the government. It's also the sacrifices of all these athletes, the perseverance of everyone associated with sport, the way they have all contributed to this. And I saw that the other day when Anju Bobby George was on my program. But I want to, yeah, Deepa. Yes, Deepa, you want to say something? Yes, Deepa.
Arnab, what is being called as buffoonery is going to now impact next 2 generations. The children, the youth are going to be so energized, impacted.
Absolutely.
There will be so much of motivation here on Neeraj bringing a century's weight and getting the focus to athletics back. I mean, remembering tribute to Milkha Singh ji, this is going to really impress and impact today's youth. We are going to really have a very motivated forthcoming generation. If you are calling this buffoonery, this is the right incentive, this is the right encouragement, this is the right praise, this is the correct reward that any sports person can receive. This is the least we can do for those who work so hard to take the tricolor to the and take it up.
But the point is,
this is a way of gratitude.
Point is, and I want to bounce this off Harpal ji. If the Prime Minister, if this government has done a lot, it's done a lot. What's the big deal? What's the problem? You know, somebody tweets, and I'll tell you, there's somebody called Swati Chaturvedi. She tweets, and I'll tell you, viewers, I'm not saying this to provoke. This person, I don't know, apparently somebody said she's a journalist, never heard of her. She says, so the Americans, Russians, and even the Chinese Olympic medalists are not crediting the win to Biden, Putin, and Xi. Only we are going Modi, Modi, Modi. Interesting. How stupid. What a stupid comment. It's madness. If the government has felicitated our sports persons, it's because this Olympics is an inflection point. Harpalji, have you seen these kind of comments? Another comment, Okay, I want your response to this. The kind of comment that Markande Kaju makes, some Congress leaders make in this one.
Let me start with one thing. Are you hearing me? Can you hear me? Let me start with one thing. This Olympic, without any bias, this Olympic, without any doubt, whether people like it belongs to the government, they invested so heavily in this Olympics. There is no doubt about it. Whatever, at the moment, it's government. If they take the credit, they deserve to be, because they have invested very, very heavily. No athlete had any excuse to offer. And I agree with Murad when he said there should be transparency. Money should not be wasted. If India at the moment is only a 7, and there was a projection that India will get double digit, it was based on shooting. Because shooting, they invested very heavily in shooting. Shooters were allowed to go anywhere in the world. They I think, left their impact, except North Pole and Atlanta. They went everywhere. Every second there was a World Cup. And they had flag. And if we failed to cross that double digit, mostly the blame goes to shooters. But anyway, having said that, government paid so much that every athlete, wherever he wanted to go, he was allowed. Our shooters went to Croatia for 90 days. From there, they flew to Tokyo, all government expenses. Mirabai Chanu, wanted to go to USA, was sent to USA without any question asking. Every athlete, archers went there, wrestler Vinay Fogart was in Budapest, you name anything. At the moment, whatever you can discuss whether it is right or wrong, but if this government at the moment, I'm talking any government, at the present who say, this government has invested in this game. Now, we can discuss whether they should have invested or not, that's a different thing. But also, remember one thing, where Murad said,
why should they not have invested?
Murad, let it start with shooting and archery, what happened to them? They were breaking records everywhere. So when we raised the hype, it was not wrong. It was based on certain facts. We knew that Mirabai Chanu, if he lifts the same weight, she will win the medal. She won it. We knew Neeraj Chopra, if he throws the same throw, he will win. He won. We knew PV Sandhu, she will win whatever medal. We knew the wrestler will do something. They did it. We knew one of the boxers will do it. Although there was a upset, right? That Amit Pangal, Vinay Fogart did not do. But that whole build-up with the shooters, that we were told that you expect medal from the very first day until the 15 days. So if there was a depression between it was because the shooters, they let us down.
I'm saying,
Harpalji, but overall, the government spent whatever government has given, if government wants to take a credit, they better take it because they have invested it. And I don't think any time before so much of investment.
Good if they take it. First of all, Harpalji, viewers, you know, No, no, Harpalji, you and Gulu, you are all the senior most sports journalists. You've seen it for a long time. You are not political people. Gulu's never, been a political person, I know. But if the government has done something good, it's done something good. I mean, if it was a CPM government also, you would have said, if it's a Aam Aadmi Party government, you would have said it's a BJP government. Let me tell you the numbers here.
I'm saying that. I said it's a government who has
Of course it's done very well. Oh no, of course it's done. It's done phenomenally. What do you think? I think. No, no, I think it's not. I think Chandrasekhar Luthra can come in. See, I think what the government has done, it's provided a massive base. People asked me, why are you praising the government? I said, I'm not praising the government. I'm telling you a fact. That in 2012, sports funding was a little over 1,100 crores. Today it is 2,600 crores. Which means it's gone up some 140%. 150% almost in the last 8 years, out of which the last 7 years have been of the Modi government. So, what is there to be embarrassed about? You see, Chandrasekhar Luthra, Chandrasekhar Luthra, what is the problem? Why are people getting so upset? And I want you to make this point, and maybe Shihan Hussaini, Joint Secretary of the Archery Association of India, can respond. Why are people getting so touchy about the government giving a red carpet welcome, the Prime Minister calling sports persons, the Sports Minister, Kiren Rijiju, felicitating everybody today? What's the problem? Why are people getting so touchy about it? Why? People, I mean, these petty people.
I think Arnab,
let's get the facts right first of all.
When the entire country had joined together as one in emotional
celebration. Shihan and Chandrasekhar ji. One of you, please. Okay, let Shihan speak first and then Chandrasekhar ji comes in. Yeah, go on. Go on. Shihan.
I think, Arnab, when the entire country had joined together in celebration, an unbelievable, emotional, exhilarating celebration, some self-seeking people who want attention, like Shashi Tharoor, have been giving these occasional bronze medal remarks, and the Markandeya Kajus have been making uncharitable remarks. I, as an administrator, I have the personal experience that the Prime Minister of this country has given instructions to all his ministers. My association is headed by a union minister, Sri Arjun Munda ji, the Archery Association of India. And I know how hard this man has been working day and night to promote sports and to push archery. For 40 years, the godfather of Archery Association of India, Sri Malhotra ji, has been sweating it out. Under the leadership of the Prime Minister, trust me, and our archers have made it to the historic quarterfinals. Our archers.
No, why are you laughing, Chandrasekhar? What's funny about it?
Mr. Atanu Das defeated the world champion, the earlier world champion Ojin Haig. I think we all must support, we all must salute the administrators of sports, especially the politicians today who are administering the sports, have toiled so hard to develop
what are the facts?
Our sports in the country. And
No, one second. Chandrasekhar ji, I
must come into the
one second. What are the facts? What are the facts? What are your counterfacts out here?
Okay.
You tell me. Place your counterfacts. I'll have Nalin Kohli or Shihan or Deepa or Murad respond to you. Go on. What are your counterfacts?
Whatever the sports people sitting here, they have said, I completely agree with them. The brave hearts, the celebration belongs to the sports people, not to the government. I have seen successive governments. I have been a sports journalist for 27 years. I have covered a couple of Olympics.
I would not agree to it. I would not agree to it.
Now, listen to me now.
The government has been spending so much money and promoting.
Please, carry on. Then there is no point. Let me speak also. I have seen successive governments giving sending offs to whosoever, whether it was Murad or Deepa Malik, everybody, and then receiving them. So there is nothing new in that. Let's get the facts together that whatever has been achieved, that is achieved not by the politicians. These are different eras. This is a social media era. There is lot of propaganda. There is lot of celebrations on the WhatsApp and everywhere that we are doing so and do. That is fine. I have no complaints about that. But
have we actually done the right thing for our sports person? If that is right, if you agree with that, if our political people sitting here, if they say yes, then they have to also go back on 15th June when the coach of Neeraj Chopra, who has brought so much of celebration to this country, so much laudation to this country. His coach was complaining about poor diet and poor planning by the same association, by the same Sports Authority of India.
Chandrasekhar ji.
And if, listen.
Chandrasekhar ji.
Let me also
Chandrasekhar ji,
say something for 30 seconds.
No, Chandrasekhar ji, I want to take you on this. Allow me to counter you with a couple of questions.
Please,
and actually, I'm not knowledgeable enough on this. Gulu is more, and maybe Deepa and others want to come in. But listen, Chandrasekhar ji, you have been a very senior sports journalist. You know about sport, I don't. But I'll tell you one thing. In February 2010, the same year, when Suresh Kalmadi Commonwealth Games scam 70,000 crores, remember that scam? That same year, the Indo-Canadian community in Vancouver. 1 minute, sir. Allow me. Allow me, sir. Allow me. I have my only experience of reporting on sport was exposing the CWG scam. But I'll tell you, in the same year, the Indo-Canadian community in Vancouver in Canada had to come together and provide funding and uniforms to a 3-man Indian Winter Olympic team. You know that? Yes. The Indian hockey team, you ask Mr. Negi today, I think we should all speak up. 1 minute. The Indian hockey team won the bronze, and women's hockey for the first time has reached the semi-finals. At that point of time, I'll tell you, hockey team skipper Rajpal Singh had complained that hockey players Niranjan Negi did not have shoes to wear. The kits that were provided to the team were substandard. Why don't we? And how can you say things have not changed?
Okay.
Mr. Negi, we should talk about what was there in the past. Were we better then?
No.
No, were we better then or are we better now? Mr. Negi, please. Mr. Negi will counter you. No. Mr. Negi will counter you, sir.
What was and what is happening here today. 2008, for the first time, Indian hockey team did not qualify for the Olympics. Then 2012, they stood the last. Then 2016, they were on 8th position. And now, you see, they are going, the graph is going up. Everything is moving up. The country is moving forward. And this is the time, I think, that all forces should unite and see that there is no politics, at least with the...
So let's unite. What is there to celebrate our...
Gulu, I want to hear from you.
My only point... Listen. My only complaint is...
Gulu's got about 4 decades of experience in reporting sport as well. Gulu.
These are the same politicians who have reduced our...
Okay, we got limited time, so I want to get Gulu in.
Arnab, I just need to add something here.
We have 30 crores
Gulu.
the last year. Come on.
Gulu, Chandrasekhar, Gulu.
Yes. Tell me, Arnab.
No, my point is, Gulu, you're hearing the debate here. I think we need to acknowledge, wasn't there corruption earlier? Are things better now? Is there more investment now? People who are saying that not enough has been done, etc. I just wanted you to respond to what Chandrasekhar said a while back.
Yeah, Chandrasekhar has his own point of view, and he's also an experienced journalist, Arnab. So I think he's perfectly entitled to express his opinion. And if we want to debate across all spectrums here, then why only give a chance to me? Give a chance to everybody. This poor fellow has been waiting for 90% of the show to have his viewpoint. And if he expresses it, I mean, I'm all for people expressing opinions, different opinions.
No, I think happy with the viewpoint. I just wanted to know what your take on what he said is. It need not be against him. No. You can. I just wanted you to take it further from what he said, Gulu.
What I want to say is that for the first time in the history of sports in India, for the first time in the sports in India during whatever I have covered in 27 years, this is the only Olympic year where our budget has gone down, where our budget was slashed by 230 crore rupees. Has that ever done?
Let Nalin respond to that. Nalin.
Harpal Baby knows. Second, somebody spoke about or you spoke about Khelo India. Great initiative. I would appreciate there should be more of such incentives. But where has some money come from?
Nalin.
that come from some other coffers? No, it has been slashed from your own sports budget, from the inter-college, from the districts, from the other sources, and brought into the
So I'll only give a counter view. I'll give you a counter view and let Nalin respond to you. But you know what? When Neeraj Chopra acknowledges the efforts, 1 minute. When he acknowledges the efforts, when he was training in Europe, when the Indian embassy made so many arrangements for him, when Mirabai Chanu said the Prime Minister arranged flights to help Chanu's mother get the medical treatment, right? You can't disregard these things, and you must accept, given all your experience also, Chandrasekhar ji, this has not happened before. But I'll let Nalin respond to you finally. Nalin.
That has happened before also.
So that's the shift, right?
That is my point.
Nalin.
That is my point. That this is not the first time.
Okay, it's happened before also is your point. Nalin.
I think, Arnab, it's okay. It's okay, Arnab. It's okay. Mr. Chandrasekhar is entitled to his point of view. He's raised 3 or 4 points. That's happened before. I'm raising a point that while these political points can be made, and it doesn't mean that a sports journalist can't have a political point of view. He's after all a citizen of India. He votes. So he has a political point of view and he's entitled to it. But I'm saying that the focus of taking it away from the moment that this country is savoring, I just wonder, is this the time right? There is going to be enough. Number 2, I'd like to say about slashing the budgets and all, in this sense, if a dispersed strategy didn't work for 70 years and it's brought into a cohesive strategy, that should be celebrated. Khelo India is an approach to bring it into a cohesive strategy. So there can be a point of view that says dispersed, but at least we haven't seen the results. And the third,
India has started from 2014.
Let me finish.
Please don't distract the earlier gold medals,
earlier silver medals, not at all, Kamruji, not at all. For us, why? I mean, we can't compete with the Congress party in this. For you, everything that's happened in the universe started with one family. Everything in the universe. I congratulate you for that.
That's what you are doing.
I'm surprised you haven't taken credit even for the Big Bang Theory.
He puts up a big poster of himself along with a small poster of Borgoi.
Please don't. 1 minute, Mr. Kamru, but I'll say this. Your facts are not right. Go on Twitter and see what Dr. Himanto Biswa Sarma has said. Go on Twitter and see what he has said.
I think those were morphed pictures, Kamru. Mr. Chaudhary, there were morphed fake pictures and you've been caught. I think those were morphed pictures and that has been corrected.
You are just trying to...
Well, I think we have a great opportunity here to make India a sporting superpower. We need big, bold steps. We need a professional approach, not a political one. Let's see if that reset happens.